Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we are pretty much out of iron. So I am getting tired of having to mine things manually, so we're going to modify our little ship here. Let me get into the cockpit for a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to renovate the ship, and then we're also going to create a mining module just like we have for the welding module, with a little bit of variation on what we've done with these things in the past. Oh, we got a lot to get done, so first we have to get started. So let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. And I don't know if we're going to have enough resources to produce this. I may have to go get some iron. You know, I'm not joking. We're like almost completely out of iron at this point. Yeah, I may have to go manually mine a couple of K of iron. Oh, but we should have enough. We should have enough stuff involved that we will be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and clear this, because I was going to do the module first, and I realized when I was planning it that we're going to be doing mining with a large cargo container. So we're actually going to end up with, you know, like 4 or 5 drills with attached to a large cargo container. We're going to have a connector on one side, just like we did with this. And then instead of having the merge block on top, what we're going to do is we're going to put a battery in, and then we're going to put a merge block on top of a piston on top of that. So what we'll be able to do, I may actually do 2 pistons, because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able, when the ship is merged, to have the ship say up above ground, and lower the mining module down as it needs to go to get into more material. So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a job on our hands. One of the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna take the landing gear off. We're going to take the thrusters and the solar panels off. Actually, we can go ahead and take those off now. And then these 2 thrusters are also going to come out. Now, what we're planning on here is the ore detector will get welded in at some point, and that's pretty much the only change we're going to really make on these. So what I want to do is we're going to build off of the back of the batteries. We're going to build a small, I guess you call it like an arm, an extension arm, that we're going to mount 2 large thrusters on for lift. Now, depending on what we're mining, 2 large thrusters should be enough to lift a full large cargo container of anything except, I want to say, ice and platinum. Since we're not mining platinum on the planet, we don't have to worry too much about that. But we shall see how it all goes. I think those are the 2 things. I don't think the mass has changed per unit for resources recently. So those should be the 2 heaviest things, or the 2 items with the most mass per weight, or per volume, I should say. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get that out. We're gonna take this out. These are gonna come off. Gonna come off. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the materials right here, because there's no conveyor junction on this until you get over into the other grid. What we're going to need to do is on the new module, we're going to put a conveyor junction on it, and then we'll put the connector on the end of the conveyor junction, because if you don't know, when you don't have a conveyor junction on the grid in line for the feed, you can manually move materials around, but you can't do things like the shift clicks to pull materials out of the grid. because the grid uses the conveyor junction as a motorized system, basically a force feed system. Which I always forget about when we're doing this kind of stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright. We'll go ahead and throw these in here. Nice. Okay, there we go. And we're going to take this thing apart. So, not too much more. Mostly just these damn motors.
Inventory full.
There's so many bloody motors on this thing. Alright. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to throw all of this in here. Now we're going to try not to take anything out of there. We want the other cargo. Oh, and I forgot to show you all. We've gotten a lot of stuff done. I want to grab that and that. Okay, that should give us enough stuff to work from. So, the last time we were together, we were actually working on the base. And so we now have all of the walls welded up. This is the reason why we're running out of material. We have the front welded up. All of the plates in here are done. The plates up here are done. And if we come down here, I still have to do the detail work on the other side like we've got here, and I need to finish up the details on this side. But we do have everything welded in and in place. Head in. We've also set up some door systems in here. And what I've done is I've got it set so I can open everything. Open and close everything. Open and close just the upper, open and close just the lower. So if we're doing something like, say, a wolf spawn or a pirate raid happens and we don't want to have people coming in through the ground, we can close just the lower section. And if, you know, we have a small ship, we can still fly out of here if we need to, or, you know, just stand up here and defend, whatever. Because we did go ahead and put the ramp on the front of it, so the wolves actually have been getting into the base. So I've been keeping the doors closed while we're doing stuff. We have gone ahead and welded up most of the back. We now have we have multiple vents in here, as you can see. All of the windows in the back are welded up, and we've started welding up all of the flooring in here. So once all of the flooring is done, I'm going to then continue working on mining out the under section here. I really haven't done any more under the terrain yet, but I want to get all of this drilled out so that we can actually get in here with like behind here. I want to get the conveyor blocks in behind all of the connectors, get those piped back into the actual grid. But yeah, so it's surprisingly bright in here. Basically, I went through and found all the really dark spaces, put interior lights in, and just maxed their output. And so even at night in here, it's about this level of this level of brightness. So yeah, all right. And then the other portion was we were talking about the storage silos. That's what we were working on last time. So we now have 3 storage silos, and I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do detailing on them. But for now, these are working. They are completely piped in. And what I was thinking is I may just leave them with the right now I'm using the slotted windows, the old school windows, just for a little bit of detail work. Because if you put them at angles, like so, it makes it look like they open and close, like these things are hinged so that you can open and close access points on them. And so what we'll probably do is have some of these be set up like that, where they basically will look like they're open, some of them will look like they're closed, And, you know, just for a little bit of detail work. Basically just greebling in new and different ways. Alright. But yeah, so these are all piped in. We've linked all three of them through, so they are the only connections that they share are basically through the grid itself. There is no connection directly between them, which I may change. I haven't decided on this yet. What I am thinking is I may go ahead and pipe them all together. So we'll end up with 2 rows of conduit between, or I should say conveyors between each of them. But I haven't decided yet. Let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments down below. Alright, so let's get back on task here. Now I want to go, let's go something a little bit, oh yeah, you have to come out too. I want those to come out because we're gonna change up the way we've got things set up on here. And let's go ahead and drop all of that in there for right now, just because we can. Make sure there's nothing actually attached to these. Alright. And all of you are going to go. And we grabbed what? Like 200 of those. And then a couple hundred of those, right? I think it was all the stuff that we pulled. Alright. Okay, so if we go... So if we go like this... How many batteries do we have? We have 3 batteries on there? 4. We have 4 batteries, okay. And I'm thinking maybe something like this. Actually, let's go. If we go there, we'll be able to do. Because what I'm thinking is we're going to come back something like this, and then we'll go with the large thruster. There, and then another large thruster here. And I'm kind of wanting to do something along the lines of this. Alright. That's reverse thrust. We still need primary propulsion. So what we could do is we could do something like this. There you go. So maybe something like that, which gives us, you know, 2 thrusters for propulsion, 2 for retro, and then we've got 2 lateral on either direction. That could work fairly nicely, actually. And what we can do here is just have a little bit of fun with this. Do something like that, maybe. If we then actually, you're connected down there, right? Okay. So if we get rid of that... Oh, that was the one that was holding it all together. I knew it was going to break somewhere. The question was where. Because what I was thinking is we do something like this. Alright, and now that would allow us to do thruster there, thruster there. Or do I want to take that back one more? Because what we're really doing is these are being attached to the main thrusters, the large thrusters there. That would have been entertaining. Okay, let's do that a little differently there. And then we still have the ability to have these up here. Oh, but we lose that. So if we do that, then we can do that.
Low.
Ooh, that was close. Okay. Let's grab some ice here. Refill this really quick. Thank you. Wait for this to power or refill. Alright. Okay, so all this is going to move back one. That's gonna have to come out because we need you there. Yeah, okay. You there. I mean, I could even go that, but oh, nah. I like them. I like them next to each other, not on top of each other. All right. There we go. Okay. So that gives us 2 propulsion, 2 lateral, 2 lift, and 2 retro. Okay. That should take care of a good deal of what we need. How do we want to do landing gear? Because landing gear are going to be important on this thing. I mean, I guess if we can we fit a landing gear there? We can. Is that going to cause a problem when we go to disconnect everything? I think that's going to cause problems when we try to disconnect things. I mean, I guess we could. Let's see. How would that work? I mean, technically that would be okay, right? I kind of like having it here because it does give us a little bit more clearance on things, but I don't want to have it run into the potential of basically locking onto things like the landing gear there, or the cargo container rather. I mean, I guess I could also, if I wanted to do something with basically tying all of this together, we could go something like this maybe. Basically what we're doing is we're just building a piece that'll hold some of the thruster elements together and give us a little bit more clearance for our landing gear. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that actually. Liking that a little bit more. Might also relocate this thing. Like I may actually completely remove this. Because we could actually remove it and then put it where the cockpit is currently. And then just have the cockpit mounted up on top of it. I don't know. Lots of options. We did lose two solar panels doing this, though. I mean, I guess the other option is that we could take this out. This might actually work a little bit better. Because we could, 1, 2, so that's 3, 4, 7. So if we did, I don't know, I think if we do that, that might be the best way to handle having a couple of extra solar panels on there too. And we can still get back here, do all of our work if we need to. Alright, I think that's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to try getting all of this welded up. Hopefully. We're going to see. I am only going to do one of those, but I want 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We're going to drop all of our material here. So in theory, all the stuff that we've pulled out, we should have in here, and we should be able to get, you know, everything back together. But it's going to be a little bit of welding, so I'm just going to go ahead and go back and forth here. Already a little over 20 minutes in, so yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do a quick cut while I get the rest of this stuff welded up. Once I get all of the original stuff in, so the 4 push thrusters and one lateral of each side. I'll bring it back so you can see the welding up of the rest of it, so we can check to make sure we actually have all the parts. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure we have all the parts we need for this. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the quick cut, and we will be right back. Alright, and we're back. It didn't take too much longer. I mean, it only cut about 5 minutes out of the work that we did, but it's okay. So we've gone ahead. We've got the original large thruster. We've got the 2 original propulsion, and the 2 lateral. And I have 7 plates, but I need some more ice. Let's recharge, or more hydrogen. So we'll go ahead and recharge that really quick. There you go. And we're gonna grab a couple of plates out of here. Now like I said, I've been trying to make parts for that other large thruster, and I'm not sure how successful we were. I have a really bad feeling we were not as successful as we will need to be, but we shall see. Alright, and the only other block is right here. And I don't know how I want to handle terminating that block. I may... Do I do that? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Because I may actually bring this out another couple of blocks and have it wrap around a little bit just to hold on to the large thrusters. Alright. So next we have ore detector. And we're going to go over here and pull this out of the other grid. Can we... I think we are completely out of iron. Maybe. Yeah, we're completely out of iron. Okay, so... let's go here then. Hide this. Let's hide all the empty. We're going to throw all this stuff back into here. Okay, so... Alright, so let's go... Oh. Hey, wait a minute. Huh. Interesting. It wasn't working before. I wasn't able to pull stuff out of there. But now I can. Okay. Space engineers being space engineers, I guess. So what are you trying to produce? You're trying to produce motors, which we don't really need. Oh no, we do need. We're going to need a lot of motors. We need about 600 motors in order to build that second large lift engine, which means, yes, I am probably going to have to go deal with manually mining some iron. Crap. Alright, let's go deal with that, I guess. Actually, you know what? Let's go production. Main assembler, we're going to disassemble. And I am going, actually, before we do that. Okay, you come here. so we want 20 of those. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we're going to disassemble 500 of these. On the assembly side, we want it doing that. There we go. Alright, so basically what it's going to do is it's going to disassemble a few of these. While it's doing that, we're going to wait. Actually, we don't even have to wait. Come to think of it. Assembler 1. We're going to clear that out. Disassemble. And have you make 1. Right? Okay, so now we go cargo, hide empty over here. That should give us... Yep, okay, that gave us the 20 we needed. Okay. Alright. There we go. We now have an ore detector online. We need 2 gear. Alright. Not sure. I must have put the other motors back or something. Alright, there. Only got a few plates. Right. Let's grab a few of you. I know what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking about maybe placing it with the 2-part ramp upper block, so that it'll look like that instead. Yeah, that should work. It's not too bad, right? And get this one in. There we go. So most of it is welded up. We're now just waiting on the second large thruster. Actually, because I can get the laterals in now. But the question is will I be able to build the rest of what I want to build? Oh. Alright, so let's go ahead and build the other portion. Because we need the module. So let's go ahead and build that for right now. We're gonna need a battery. And we are going to need piston. And drills. Alright, so the idea here is that we're going to go cargo. Actually, piston. Let's check here really quick. Plenty of plates. Should be okay. Okay. Alright, so we're able to pull all of that out first. So let's go ahead and drop this thing somewhere where it's somewhat convenient. So you are going to be there. Works for me. Okay. We're going to put a battery on top. There's going to be a piston. Come on. Piston. And merge block. So before anyone asks, yes, pistons and merge blocks tend to be very bad ideas. Especially when used together. But we'll see how this works out. If nothing else, it'll probably be entertaining. Alright. Gonna load this up really quick. How much? I got time. Okay. We got enough for another like 2 refills. Yeah. Okay. And then for the piston head, we need tubes and steel plates. I need 16 tubes, 20 steel plates. We've got the plates. I don't have the tubes. Not that I'm overly worried about that, but alright. Helps if we go merge block, and we want, that's already there, that's already there, we can get rid of all that. Okay. Oh crap. What you doing, buddy? Okay. So we have all the components we need for these 2 things. The batteries, one of the issues that we're going to potentially run into. I want to get that now. Yeah, it looks like the wolf despawned. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go get the lifter, bring the lifter over, have it merge onto this block to hold the whole thing together so we can put a connector on it. And then once we have the connector on it, we're going to go ahead and connect it up to the grid so we can charge the battery on this thing. Because the idea is that what I want to be able to do is when I detach this, I want to be able to store it someplace without it having to be necessarily tied into the network, mainly because of the fact that there's not always going to be a need for it to be on the network. So unlike the welding vehicle where you're generally pulling stuff out of the network, you know, it makes sense to have it here so it doesn't really need a battery. That thing should only ever be taking material out of into the network. And because of that, because of the way that Space Engineers cleanup works, it tends to like to steal things. So, yeah, we don't want it doing that. Alright, so we're going to make sure all of our thrusters are on. Our batteries are set to auto. And we want to disconnect that. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a second panel of controls, specifically for this thing. So we need to get a couple of things off here. Before we go too much further, we're going to go... recreate that. We don't want to see those. Okay, so now we're going to go Control 2. Okay. We want block tools. We don't have any block tools yet, so we're going to go groups. We are going to set those to unlock. Let's just set that to toggle block on and off. We're going to move these over so that they're not quite so risky there for us. And we want the merge block down here, so have that toggle on off. Alright. And we will set that. Okay. That way we can make sure everything is turned on. Alright. So let's pull ourselves in here. That was expensive. Alright. Well, let's see if that's salvageable. Can I attach anything down here? That was really expensive. Alright, so... there's a very real chance that I'm not going to be able to rebuild this. Which, you know, if we can't rebuild it, we can't rebuild it. That'll be fine. Okay. And I will eventually come back and put a conveyor junction on this. See, I told you, anytime we have things related to pistons, it's usually a bad idea. Right. Yeah, I may not have. I'm really hoping we have enough to at least get this thing working. I don't know, I guess we did have enough for another battery. Okay. Alright. So now what we're going to do is, you know what? So you are merge block 2, right? So let's go ahead and remove you. Let's place you there. We're going to have this one be reverse. This one be reverse. For the pistons, we're going to group these together. Mining pistons. Let's call this both. And here we are going to go into group. And we're going to set this to retract. So what we'll be able to do is we'll basically be able to hit one button when this thing is fully or fully extended. We'll be able to hit one button to retract the whole thing at once. We don't have to worry about, are we, is one retracted and one's extended. Just whenever we're done, we hit that one and it'll fully retract everything for us. Okay. So I want you to be set maximum range, thank you. Okay. I am not too enthusiastic about this whole power thing saying it's 0 seconds here. Alright. So what we're going to do is... Oh, we need the other connector. Is there any reason... Is there anything on here that we can get rid of? Yeah, I guess we can... Let's get rid of... Oh, nope. We want that, and then we want... connector to switch lock. How are we? Well, not too bad actually. That's ready to lock. So we're going to turn that off and turn that off. Set those to auto recharge. And as long as we don't get a stiff breeze, we should be okay. Oh, this should be entertaining. All right. Alright, so let's go ahead and clear this. Why did I hear something that sounded like something breaking? Did something explode over here? Okay. Oh, that is rather hilarious. I may have to set this up with like a merge block or something down on the bottom. Oh, I guess we could get away with connector and a merge off to the side or something. Anyway, we need to get drills on this thing. Let's get the drills. Alright, so we want... I'm going to go for 5 drills. Obviously, we are going to run into an issue where we are not going to be able to get all of those. But we can get one. Alright. So if we do one there... 2... 3, 4, and 5. All right. So we may actually have had just enough material to pull this off. If anyone believes that, you have not been paying attention to this channel too much. Okay, let's see here. Because you know. Oh. Alright, so let's go for large atmospheric thruster. No, that's not what we wanted to do. We want it you to be there. Before we go any further, I need to refill my hydrogen. We're going to also drop that off. We're going to reload that really quick. Thank you. And we're going to hope, beyond hope, that this whole thing doesn't kill us. So we need just shy of 500 motors. See, the problem with having this whole thing up the way it is right this second is that if we're not careful, we're not going to be able to lift the items that we just put together. Alright, so let's go in here really quick. We're going to drop that stuff off. We're going to hide that. Alright. So we need what? Just shy of 500 motors? $3K and 800 nickel. So we actually have enough after we broke down other stuff. Why are you not running? Hello, computer. Oh. Alright, so let's try it the appropriate way, shall we? So this might work. We might actually get what we need. I need 2 small thrusters as well. So we're going to add 2 of those. And we are going production. Go back here really quick. We're going to tell it large block. And we want to do 2 of those. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this welded up. Looks like we have a little bit of material left. So basically, we have everything we need but the motors. Man, this feels shady. Wow. Oh, okay. Come here, you. Alright, so we should have Should be the last of the large thruster motors, right? No. Just a couple more. 32 more. And okay. That should be enough of those. Alright, good to know that the completion didn't just like completely kill us there. Alright. And so we need, come on. Wow. That was quick. Alright. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and manually turn on all the thrusters. Hey. Oh. Yeah, ship does not like that. Okay. Alright, so we are going to go in here really quick. Need to turn them all on, turn them all off. And we are going to turn the batteries to auto. Oh. Oh, no, 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 you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It does not like the pistons. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Just had to turn the gyro power back up. That's why I was trying to get the altitude. Alright. Come on, dude. Calm this down here. There you go. Okay. It's a shame that the merge blocks don't work the way they used to. There we go. That helps a little bit. Not drifting quite as badly as we were. Alright. Let's see if we can get some altitude going here. Once we get a little bit of mass on it, it hopefully will be better, but I'm not entirely enthusiastic here. I think we're gonna end up blowing this thing up. Alright. But we're gonna give it a try just because we can. And then really quick, let's bring some daylight back in here so y'all can see. That should be good. Block tools, we want you. Alright, so yeah, it's working. Okay. Yeah, I miss the days when, you know, you could do merge blocks on pistons and stuff, but Oh well, is what it is. I may need to move the ore detector, because ore detectors do weird things to center of mass. So that may be part of the problem. But we'll see. So I actually had somebody say, when you have stuff like this happen, you know, why don't you try more gyros? And it's like, more gyros actually doesn't help, because what's going on is the way that the calculations for things like center of mass and the rotational force and stuff, it just causes problems. And putting an additional gyro on it, what I could do is I could put a gyro. I could probably put a gyro on the cargo container. Trying to see if we can get a little bit of material here. Yeah, it might help to put a gyro actually on the cargo container. We'll see if that fixes the problem. Hey, knock it off, you punk. Come on. Are you kidding me? Come on. Swear. All right. We might have to abandon this design. Just maybe have to abandon this design. We'll see. But it at least is working. I will do a little bit of off-camera work with this. I think we'll throw another gyro on here and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'll just turn the little thing down there into its own ship. It's not that big of a deal. So it's like we should have the materials for it now, hopefully. If not, I can always just do some manual mining again and get some more iron going. But I'd like to get our production scaled up. And I mean, worst case scenario, we basically just turn on some of the really large drill systems and just mine a whole lot of stone, and we'll just process the stone. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me today, you know, reward the shenanigans and the destruction by hitting that subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, there is a comment section down below the video. Feel free to throw your feedback down there. Hopefully everybody has a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here on Friday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, getting this thing to stop is going to be fun. I wonder if we'll be able to safely land this thing. I mean, ideally, well, realistically, we could probably just put it down on the drill heads, honestly. But I'm kind of curious to see if we can get this thing back to base, merged up, and, well, not necessarily merged up, but you know what I mean. This should be entertaining. Alright. Doo-dun. Doo-dun, doo-dun. Doo-dun, doo-dun, doo-dun. Uh-oh. So yeah, like I said, we should be pretty good for lift power. That's actually not too shabby. And oh my god, we got it and it didn't blow up. Woohoo!